Well, hello. Welcome to Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. This is Sandi, and it is Wednesday night. And my topic tonight is Wacky Wednesday. What does that mean? We're going to be wacky. And there's already some people in the chat. Ginger is here from Not For Nothing Homestead, and Penny is here. Hello, Penny. How are you? And, Dorothy is just popping in. Hello, Dorothy. How are you? She says, I was just watching your shampoo bar video. What she's talking about. This is actually shampoo. Now, you can make it in a lot of different shapes and sizes, but I like a round one. I just find it easy to lather it up, and I have fun silicone molds that I can use. So I had that video that came up today. So, Dorothy, thank you very much for watching that. I appreciate it. And not tonight, but next Wednesday, I'm actually going to give a few of those away because I like them to cure. You know, they usually tell you to cure 24 to 48 hours, but actually they're going to sit on the drying rack all week long. And so that way I can just box them up and I can send them out to the winners. So make sure you come back next Wednesday night because we are going to be talking about making your own beauty products, your home products. And I'm going to give some stuff away. Oh, good. Ginger said that she watched it earlier. It was so cool and inspiring. You know, just throw those bottles that you've been buying in the store. I tell you, you just won't believe how long this will last. It is craziness. But next week, we'll talk about some little hints about that, too, on making it last even longer. And it will be fun, I tell you. So today is Wacky Wednesday. If you guys have followed me for very long, you probably realize that I love facts. I love notes. I love facts. I love books that have facts. I just like those tidbits of information. And Penny says, I would love to know more about making my own shampoo after watching your video earlier. Awesome. So we're just next Wednesday, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, how to make it last longer, what to do. And I made some little travel sizes. They were I had some extra, because I'm pouring them in my molds. I had some extra. And so I had a round silicone. And so I poured it in there. And once it started to solidify, get a little bit harder, not as hard as it is right now, but a little bit harder. I used a stainless steel cookie cutter heart, and I just made some little ones that are perfect for like when you're traveling. And I'm going to give some of those away too. But I used one of the hearts this morning. My hair is so soft. That's one of the great things about shampoo bars. So soft. And you can still smell the grape. I used pink grapefruit essential oil in mine. You can use all kinds of different flavors. But tonight, since it is Wacky Wednesday, I thought we could have a little fun and give a few things away. I'm going to give away another packet of, these are bookmarks. They're magnetic. So you hook it onto the page, but because they're magnetic, because it's on both sides, it will just stay there. And then they just flip open. I'm going to give away a scrubby. Last week, I gave some scrubbies away, and one person did not send me an email with their address. So I thought, well, I guess I'll give it away. And this is one of my hearts, my fused glass hearts. Has a magnet on the back. And so we'll give one of those away too. So, fun facts. I thought maybe you might have some fun facts in the chat because I do love a fun fact. And every so often, about every 10 minutes, because my lives are 30 minutes, I'm going to do a fun fact. And if you can guess the correct answer, the first person to guess is going to be the winner of what I'm giving away that time. But okay, I'll give you a sample. The oldest living land animal on Earth right now is a tortoise that's 192 years old. You know, those great big giant tortoises. When I grew up, we in Rapid City, there was a place that was called Reptile Gardens. And they had huge tortoises. And when we were little, they used to let the kids ride on them. But they don't do that anymore. They don't let you ride on them. You can only just see them now. I suppose it's a liability, and the tortoises are getting older, and so they just don't do that, because a tortoise can obviously live 192 years. But like, if I would ask a question about that, I would say, what is that tortoise's name? Answer, Jonathan. The oldest tortoise that they had at Reptile Gardens, it was 100 and some years old, and it was called Methuselah. And so that was, I see, those are fun, wacky things to me. Are they useful? Well, they are useful to me because my grandkids think it's very funny that I have all these little facts. I always thought I could be on a game show. I know a lot of little facts. Like, what's a group of owls called? Anybody know? I find this funny. They're called Parliament. And, like if you were in England or Canada, they don't have Senate and Congress. They have a Parliament. And that's what a group of owls is called. So I thought that would be kind of fun. So if you have a fun fact, put it in the chat, because I think everybody likes a little bit of fun facts. That's right, Dorothy. Dorothy says, these are the Jeopardy clues we need to know. And my mother's favorite show, well, actually has two of them. One is Jeopardy. She watches every single weekday. And my mom is 87 years old. She loves those clues. That's probably why I love facts, is because of her. And she loves Wheel of Fortune. Those two things she doesn't miss unless she has to. Like, how many times in a minute do you blink? I would have thought that I didn't really blink very often. But on average, 14 to 17 times a minute, people blink. I find that interesting. Is it useful? Probably not, unless you're on a game show or if you're playing games with your grandkids. But I find it fun. 90% of the population live in the Northern Hemisphere. That's mind-boggling to me. Because you look at the Earth, and you got the Northern Hemisphere, got the equator, 90% of the people live on the Northern Hemisphere. So that means only 10% of the other people are in the Southern Hemisphere. That blows my mind. That's just crazy. Totally crazy. Oh, Dorothy's a fan of the wheel too. My mom loves that. And it is fun when I'm over there. I find myself drawn to the wheel, trying to guess the Wheel of Fortune. It's just one of those fun things, like sometimes I wonder what the deepest part of the ocean is. How deep is it really? Deepest part of the ocean? 35,876 feet. Now that is useful to elementary school kids. It is. Oh, Ginger likes the wheel too. But there are things that are interesting and it makes you think. Like Australia. I have always wanted to visit Australia. In fact, when my kids were young, I always told them when they grew up and went out of the house, I was going to move to Australia. That's how much I love Australia. Oh, US Freedom 5. Fun fact, U-Haul is cheaper than the traditional car rental. If local, must keep miles down. Hey, they even have tunes and air conditioning. That is awesome. Ginger says, Sandy, did you ever say where you got the base on the shampoo? I did. I get it. It's a company called Stevenson's. And I buy mine from bulkapothecary.com. Amazon might have that same brand. I'm not sure. But I like Bulk Apothecary their website anyway. I buy other things from them. And so, but look for what you want to look for is called a melt and pour shampoo base. And I like Stevenson's because it has so few ingredients. And so I like that. And, I mean, people make choices. There's probably that kind of thing on Amazon. I just don't know if they have the same company and what their products on Amazon are made out of. And Lynn is here, my good friend. Hello, how are you? I hope everything is wonderful with you and the grandkids. Off-Grid World, hello. Did it spell it wrong? Let me see. I think maybe that's spelled correctly. Yeah, but Ginger, check them out. See what you think. Anyway, I've always wanted to go to Australia, so I know a lot of fun facts about Australia. They have every season possible, but so does California. Has all the seasons too, other than a season like Antarctica. Rebecca is here. Hello. Joe and I are good. Actually, we had a scare today. My youngest daughter was in the ER room. She had not been feeling good for the last few days, and she was throwing up last night. And then this morning, she was actually throwing up blood clots. So she was in the ER, but they kind of rushed her in and out of the ER. I guess there was a shooting, and there were police, and there were people, and they were moving those people out of ER as fast as they could get tests done. So she has to go see a GI doctor. And so hopefully all of that will work itself out. But Australia. Now, Australia is a big continent. It is big. In fact, it's 4,000 kilometers across. That is big, right? The moon, the diameter of the moon is only 3,400. So Australia is wider than the moon. Mind-blowing fact, I tell ya. And, look at here. F417H, hello. How are you? Yay. Thank you for the prayers. She definitely could use those, she has 2 little ones. It's, one of her neighbors actually came over because when she went to the emergency room, the girls were still sleeping. And so that was what a blessing. And then my other daughter got into the mix to help with that too. Jennifer Ocean Homestead, hello. I still have your seeds I am planting when I get back to Wyoming. Yay, yay. Okay. Have you ever heard of the saying that you're going to raise a toast? You're someplace, they're celebrating, and let's say they'll ask you to raise your glass. They're going to make a toast. Why do they say that? A wacky fun Wednesday fact. Okay, this is why. In ancient Roman times, they used to drop a piece of toast in their wine for good health. And hence why they say raise a toast. It had literally toast in their wine. I find that so crazy. And things we say, and we don't even know where those things came from. It's Wacky Wednesday. We have to give something away. I'm past my 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's have Nightbot pick a winner. Oh, didn't get all that in there. Okay. Oh, Dana and Andrew Frank are here too. Fun. I know, soggy toast. I know. But that's where the saying came from. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to give away are the bookmarks. They're magnetic. And Karen is here. And Jen's here. Yay. Hello. Good evening. So our winner is, Ginger, you are my winner for that. So let me write that down. I'll mail that out to you tomorrow, Ginger. Yay. Time is zooming by. If you just popped in, today is Wacky Wednesday. I'm talking about fun, crazy facts. So if you know a fun fact, put it in the comments. Just share it for people. Jennifer says, I'll raise a toast to toast my soup, but wine. It's craziness, I tell ya. It's crazy talk. So, I just happen to love facts. And I have always loved facts. I think probably my mom was a teacher. That helped. She loves Jeopardy. We loved games when we were growing up. And we played a lot of games, not just like Monopoly and stuff, games that you had to think to, and there was cards. And I think that's why I like facts so much. Okay, this was interesting to me. Okay, the planet Venus. Venus is the only planet that spins clockwise. It travels around the sun once every 225 days, but only rotates clockwise every 243. Like we spin, in a whole day we do it, but not Venus. It takes it 243 days to do that whole rotation clockwise. I find that weird, fun, silly. Okay, we're going to do a question, and the first person who answers it is going to win a scrubby. Okay, how many hearts does an octopus have? How many hearts? We only have one, but how many does an octopus have? Jennifer says 2. Nope. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm not living on Venus. Rebecca H. You're the first one to say 3. That's right. An octopus has 3 hearts. Why does it need 3 hearts? Another fun fact about octopus. If you're close to an octopus, if you rub between its eyes, it becomes almost comatose. It's like euphoric to it. So the octopus will just, whoa. So it must have some kind of sensor right in here. But if you're close to an octopus, you have to try it. I watched them do it to an octopus. It was just so funny. Okay, so anyway, the scrubby. I am going to put up, because Rebecca, will you send me an email? And Juana's in here, and Angie's in here. People are just popping in. That's right, because it's Wacky Wednesday. I just thought I need some fun in my life. Had a very stressful day. I've had some stress just lately, and I thought I need to have some fun. Nothing serious. We're just going to have some fun. Lynn says, if you've never seen My Octopus Teacher, it's a wonderful documentary. Oh, I am going to look that up because I do love documentaries. My Octopus Teacher. Okay, Lynn, I will look that up and watch it. How fun. Denise says, if someone massages my head, I go nearly comatose. That's awesome. Awesome, I tell you. But I will watch that. That is fascinating to me. And I think I'm feeling a little wacky. And so not just one, I think I should give away 2 hearts tonight. All of them have a magnet on the back. So you could hook it onto your refrigerator. Like I have mine on my filing cabinet just because it's an easy place for me to have them right there. And I have them on my refrigerator too. Now, if you have the stainless steel refrigerator, that is not going to work because magnets don't stick to that. Okay, let's have another fun fact. Everybody's saying hi to each other. I love that. Do you know that rats, which are a totally disgusting animal, I mean, they do obviously do some good stuff because all animals do good things. Do you know that they can't vomit? So whatever they eat, they're not getting rid of it that way. You know, like if we eat something bad, that's bad and nasty, or a dog, but a rat can't vomit, which I find totally weird. And I don't know, I just found that just the weirdest thing. And do you know that frogs don't drink water? All the water that they intake actually comes through their skin. I find that crazy too. Lynn says, also, I just picked up a book, Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. It's about an octopus, and a lot of people like the book. Oh, is it a kid's book or a regular adult book? I'm going to look it up too. BP is here. How is Tucson? Late to the party. And Juan says, give it away now. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, adult fiction. Okay, awesome. Oh, he's probably talking about the heart. Okay, another fun fact. You can win on this one. Okay, see this green one? If you can tell me the percentage, a watermelon is made of what percentage of water? So the first person who says the correct amount wins this heart. Oh, BP is at in San Diego. Fabulous. Oh, we got some close ones. 90, 97, 80, 90, 95, 98. Not yet. Jesse and Lisa, I think, are here. Okay, let's see. We're guessing still. You guys are close, but not quite the right amount. I'll give you a hint. It's over 90. The percentage of water in a watermelon. So it's over 90. So keep guessing, keep guessing. There it is right there. Jen is the winner. 92% water. How is that possible? That is crazy amount of water in a watermelon. Okay, so you're getting the green one. So, Jen, make sure, I'll put my email up there too again. Send me your physical address and I will send that out to you tomorrow. Sorry, I'm just writing all of Jen's stuff down. Awesome. And I'll take that down. Wouldn't that be interesting, Penny, if it was 105%? That would be craziness. It'd be dripping out. Thanks, Jen. And here is my email that you can just send it to me. Juan says, dang, Jen beat me to the punch. We got one more to give away. Yeah, we got this red one to give away. You know, sometimes when you're busy and you're crazy and you get stressed, you just need to have fun. And so that's what tonight is all about, having some fun. Do you know that the sun is 400 times larger than the moon? But it is also 400 times farther away. And that's why when you have a full moon or a sun, they look about the same size. It's like craziness. Do you know if you want to make water freeze, it freezes faster if you start with hot water than cold water? Shortest sentence in the English language, I am. Hey, hello, girl. How are you? We are just having some fun with fun facts. And we still have this heart to give away. So stick around the last 5 minutes and you could win. Do you know what plant they actually put in dynamite. Peanuts. They use part of a peanut in dynamite. I found that crazy. Okay, if you looked at your keyboard, because probably most of you're either on your phone or on a computer, maybe you got a typewriter by you. What is the only state that all the letters are on one line of your keyboard? Anybody know? It's Alaska. That's what it is. But if you look on there, I don't know if it would be the same on a phone. It probably is the same. But on the keyboard, you can write Alaska. And it's the only state you can write the entire state from one line. I know, that's a weird fact. And why I find that fun? It's random. I don't know. Okay, has anybody ever seen a blue lobster? Oh, here is a fun fact. A gallon of milk weighs 8.6 pounds. That's why it feels so like you are lifting weights when you shop. That is fun. I think milk actually weighs more than water does, because I think water is just at 8 pounds, but milk is thicker. It's more dense. That's interesting. Good fun fact. Anyway, a blue lobster is an anomaly. It's a weird gene thing that it happens every so often. But only 1 in every 2 million lobsters are blue. I found that a fun fact. Oh, here's a fun fact. YouTube's first ever video was uploaded April 23rd, 2005, titled Me at the Zoo, and it was 19 seconds in length. That's only 20 years ago. That is a great fact. So fun. Jennifer says, I live next to Maine. We have the best lobster in the world, and some have seen blue ones. Ooh. I have to say that Maine probably does have the best lobster in the world. When we were in Maine, we literally got lobster off of boats, and they made these lobster sandwiches. Oh my gosh, they were so incredibly good. It's crazy. Oh, Jen wants to know, what state can you type with your right hand only? So that wouldn't be pecking. That's when you put your hand on the keyboard that you could do. Ohio. That's my guess. Oh, here's a good fact. 100 folds in a chef hat represent 100 ways to cook an egg. Her daughter learned that in school. Karen, that is a fun fact. UK is that it was the first country to introduce postage stamps. And as a result, British stamps don't need to specify the country of origin, instead featuring only the denomination. That is interesting. Do you know that in 1951, to mail a letter in the United States cost you 3 cents? And that's first class. If you let it be a little bit slower, you could have paid 2 cents. I found that interesting. Yeah, Ohio. Yay. I was looking at my keyboard and I was trying to think of a word I could make, a state I could make out of it. Oh, BP's question is, what do you call a group of roadrunners? Wow. I don't know about that. That's a fun question, a fun fact. Fun. Does anybody in the chat know? Well, I think that's a good one. Oh, a marathon. That is fun. Thanks, BP. That's a fun one. Okay, we're at 30 minutes, so I do have to stop because I have to fix Joe's supper. But we have to do one last giveaway. What am I making for supper? This isn't you don't get a win if I tell you. I am making noodles. They're like spaghetti noodles, but they actually are black and it's made with squid ink. I am adding broccoli from my garden, smoked chicken that I smoked, and I'm making my own Alfredo sauce. So it should be just yummy, yummy, yummy. I might do a video on me making my Alfredo sauce because you can make it a couple easy, cheap ways. And sometimes I'm just busy and I go and I buy it at the store. Like I was at Sprouts getting some groceries the other day and I was going to just buy it, the Alfredo sauce there. They wanted $9.99 for it. And it was like, yeah, I'm not paying that much money when I know how to make Alfredo sauce. So I'm not doing that. Oh, Dorothy knew that the hot water freezes faster. Just had my hands busy. Oh, that sounds good. Chicken Marsala, homemade. I love chicken. I mean, I could basically eat it about every single night. You know, chicken and turkey, I could just eat all the time. Okay, let's find a question. Oh, this is a hard one. First person who has the answer to this, but it is hard. What is the real name of hashtag? You know, like we talk about hashtag a lot on YouTube. We hashtag this and we hashtag that. But what is the actual real word for that? According to the dictionary. You guys will have to, I don't care, you can look it up. First person who writes it though. So the real name for hashtag, anybody know? You can win a heart. It's not a number sign. No, there's actually a word. You are, that's right. I was just going to say, Rebecca, you're so close, but then she wrote it. That is the real word. Octothorpe. Thorpe? The first four letters, and she has it spelled just backwards. It's actually OCTO, and that means 8, the points of the symbol. So on a hashtag, there's actually 8 points. And the back part of the word means mystery. So that is what the actual word for hashtag. But most people wouldn't know that, so they just say hashtag. So, Rebecca, send me your address. She won a scrubby. She won this. It's just so exciting. How fun. Joe is out golfing right now, but he knows that when I'm done with my live, I am fixing the chicken Alfredo with squid ink noodles. And broccoli from my garden. It's just so exciting. Yeah, octo is 8. That's right. So it means the 4 points on a hashtag, or the 8 points on a hashtag. I was thinking 4 sides. But the back end of the word means mystery. And I thought that was interesting. So just a little fact. That's right. To blow your mind on this Wacky Wednesday. Everybody have a great day. If you haven't watched my video this morning, I showed how to make a shampoo bar. And next Wednesday, I'm going to talk about making your own beauty products. And I'm going to give some stuff away. Some of the shampoo bars away. So thanks so much. Have a fun time. And remember, sometimes you got to be wacky on Wednesday or whatever day of the week you need it. I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.